Good morning guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm in the Silvia Cav again, Silvia. I just thought I would do a drive to work video because I did a drive to work video in Owen, my rat cav, my gold one. I'll just adjust my camera slightly, that's better. But I thought I'd do a drive to work in Silvia this time, and you can see a little bit of a comparison between the two Cavaliers. So for anybody who doesn't know, Owen that I keep talking about is my 1984 Mark II Vauxhall Cavalier GL hatchback in gold. If you go back on my channel and look at my videos, you'll see that there's absolutely loads of videos of me driving Owen. There's a cold start video, there's a walk around and general, you know, introduction to Owen. So loads and loads of videos of Owen. Silvia is my 1986 Mark II Cavalier GLSi saloon. Now I've had Owen just over a year as it is when I've recorded this video. It's currently 2nd of September 2021 when I'm recording this. It might not go online for a couple of days, but I'm just letting you know, 2nd of September today. So I've had Owen for just over a year. I got him in back end of July, middle of July, something like that last year. So just over a year. Silvia, on the other hand, I've had her over 10 years, nearly 11 years. It'll be 11 years this November since I got her. I got her in 2010. So yeah, I've had Silvia a long time. Now I've not done many videos on Silvia because she's been off the road for the last 12 months-ish. And I've only just recently got her back on the road, got her MOT'd and got her back on the road. So yeah, so Silvia is the 1.8 fuel injected 8 valve engine, multi-point injected, whereas Owen's the 2 litre SEH 130 engine, which is actually one out of a later Mark III Cavalier, because it's got a different injection system on it. Different bits on the engine that distinguish it between a Mark II and a Mark III. So it's actually a Mark III engine in that one. This is all original apart from the suspension, which is lowered, stiffened, shocks and springs. Different alloys. I've currently got Calibra SE1 alloys, the 5-spoke ones. I am going to change the wheels because these ones are a bit narrow. They're only 6-inch 6-inch wide, the actual rim themselves, and they do look a bit narrow, and they look really nice from like a side view and an angled view, which you'll see when I do a walk around video at some point these next few days. But from other angles they just look too thin and they just stick too far under the arches. So I have got another set of wheels which are a wider rim. They're a 7-inch, so they're an inch wider, same size tyres, 195 50 15, but they're an inch wider, the actual rim themselves, so it makes them look fatter. And they're a different offsetter as well. These standard Vauxhall wheels are ET49. These other ones I've got are ET37, so they'll be 12mm out into the arches, plus the rim itself's an inch wider as well, so they should really nicely fill the arches out. I have done a test fit with one on the front of the car, and it looked massively different. Because like you look at Owen, my gold one, and that's got the same spec wheels, 15-inch, 7-inch wide, ET37. So I know for a fact that these other wheels I've got will definitely fill the arches out a lot nicer. So that's my plan. The only downside to that plan is 2 of the wheels are currently on my Nova, and anybody who's watched any videos on my Nova will see that it is currently properly tucked tight up against the wall in my garage. So in order to get those other 2 wheels, I've got to move the Nova and get to those 2 wheels to be able to get them off the car. So that's going to be easier said than done. So yeah, Silvia had her very first welding ever last year, which was why she ended up coming off the road for a year, because I started doing some welding on the lower bit of the back arches, and then I realised that actually there was a bit that needed welding on the inside of the rear sill, on the inner arch part, and I realised that there was holes in the end of the sill which were worse than I thought they were. So anyway, I started doing the welding, but then the weather turned. It came to September, and as you know, it's darker nights. It's dark now by 8 o'clock, or not much after, and I ended up just shelving her and just left her, and then I've concentrated on other projects. But then I just was missing her and really needed to get her on the road quick, so I had a week off work last week, and I was supposed to be spending the week doing other things on other cars, but I decided, you know what, I'm going to get Silvia sorted. So I had 2 full days doing the weld repairs on the back of the sill and the arches. Took her for an MOT. Again, there's videos of this on the channel, so you can go back and watch these vids where I'm talking about the MOT. Did another little repair on her that I needed to do. Again, there will be a video on the channel for that. Just put my foot down. Just get past that bloody Nissan Duke that was driving like Miss Daisy. So, and then managed to get her MOT'd on the Thursday. She failed on a couple of things. Got them sorted, re-MOT'd on the Friday. Happy days. So here we are, driving to work in Silvia. You'll notice a big difference with the exhaust noise, as in there isn't any. As I said, Silvia is standard bar the suspension and the wheels, so even the exhaust is completely standard. The engine's completely standard, the air filter, everything is totally standard. But being the 1.8 injection, it's basically the same as an SRI. Some of the SRIs had a closer ratio gearbox. This has got the standard wide ratio box. But as you can see, she goes pretty well. So updates on other projects. I've still got Trevor just to finish that fuel tank guard that I've been fitting. That just needs finishing, then I can get him in for an MOT. Obviously when I get driving Trevor to go for the MOT, I'll do a driving video in Trev. So that'll be something a bit different for you, a driving video in the old Frontera. So hopefully, if he passes the MOT, I'll then finish off some cosmetic work and I'll get him up for sale, sadly. I don't really want to sell him, but as you guys know who watch this on a regular basis, I've got 8 cars on the go, and it's a little bit too much trying to keep on top of 8 cars. So once he's done, I'll get him sold. I've then got my Vectra GSi, which I want to try and get done. I was going to try and get my Vectra GSi done while I was on holiday, but I decided that Silvia was the better bet because Silvia needed a lot less work. The Vectra got that power steering leak, and I'll just go for an overtake. Show her how well she accelerates. Not bad. I've got a little bit of vibration when you get up to higher speed. Presuming it's probably just a wheel out of balance slightly. But as I say, if I get these wheels sorted, that's currently not accessible because 2's on the Nova, 2's in the garage, then I'm going to get a set of 4 matching tyres, so that, decent branded matching tyres. I might have the wheels refurbished as well, because one of them I know is ever so slightly buckled. So again, because I work in the car trade and I deal with things like alloy wheel refurbs and whatever on a daily basis, I'm going to talk to the company that does our alloy wheels, see if they'll take them to their place, straighten them out, any buckles, shot blast them, acid dip and whatever they need to do, and then freshly powder coat them. The thing I've got to decide is whether I want to leave them silver or go for a shadow chrome finish, or a really bright power silver, maybe a slightly chrome finish. Don't know, I can't decide. I'll have to think about that. Obviously cost is an issue, got to try and keep my costs down at the moment, but again, that's one reason I want to get the truck sold, get Trevor the Frontera sold, because then I've got some money freed up to be able to spend on Silvia, because I want to get the bottom of the doors painted, I want to get the sills wire brushed back, because they're solid but they are covered in little scabs, absolutely covered in little scabs, so they don't look very pretty when you get underneath the edge. So I want to get them all cleaned up, get them painted, but I'll say I'll probably pay one of the guys at work, one of the professional painters, to do them for me, because I've done them before myself in the past, but I've never been able to get a particularly good paint finish, because metallic, especially silver, is very difficult to get a good paint finish on. And even though, you know, it don't look bad, but I could never get it shiny, could never get it glossy, could never manage to get the lacquer polished up particularly well. So it is starting to come through a little bit of surface rust on the very, very bottom edges of the doors again. So I'll try and get that sorted. I'm going to try and make sure Silvia only really gets used on drier days, like today. The car's wet because I think it has rained overnight, but the roads are actually dry this morning, so. But yeah, I do want to try and get her used and make sure that she don't get all stiffened up again, because it's not good for cars to be sat not used for a while, because brakes can seize up and discs go rusty and brake calipers get stiff, and because that's one thing I had to do to her ready for the MOT, was to clean up all the front calipers, because the pistons were getting sticky and the sliders were getting sticky. So, but anyway, I'm going to shut up because this video's been going for 12 minutes and I've been nothing but talking all the way, so I'm just going to be quiet now. I'll let you enjoy the drive. I'll come in and say hi again at the end when I'm ready to finish the video, but for now I'll be quiet and I'll let you just enjoy the drive. See you in a bit, guys. We'll get more exciting in a minute. Right guys, I'm back. Not the most exciting drive, I suppose, driving to work in rush hour. Gotta love this roundabout. So yeah, she goes pretty well for an old girl. I put some injection cleaner type fuel treatment through, some STP, before the second MOT, because on the first one she failed on the emissions being a bit high. So I put some treatment through, and I've been running her on super unleaded as well, because obviously there's this new thing with E10 fuel coming in, and obviously it's now September, so E10 is now in place on the pumps, and obviously you're not supposed to really use E10 on these older cars because of the ethanol content. So I'm using super, but you know what, she's running absolutely mint. I've also swapped the octane plug around to 96 or 98, is it? No, it's 98. Let's get reverse. And since I've swapped the octane plug round and driven her for a couple of days, wow, she's driving absolutely amazing. She's driving the best that she's ever run. Because I used to just use regular normal unleaded fuel, but honestly, running super, she's absolutely loving it. And she's not far off the same kind of power and performance in the way that she feels to Owen. So yeah, I'm well impressed with how she's feeling. Anyway, that's me at work. So thanks a lot for watching guys. Please subscribe and click the notification bell to avoid more updates. There will be a lot more videos to come. So I'll do a proper walk around video of Silvia at some point. Maybe this next coming week at some point. So keep tuned for that, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers guys, bye.